Welcome to round 10 of the Bennetts British Superbike Championship, and we truly are now at the sharp end. Just 2 rounds remaining, 6-point scoring races in the quest to become the 2023 Bennetts British Superbike Champion. It could not be closer. A scant half point separates Glen Irwin from Tommy Bridewell after an emotional-fueled round at Donington Park just a couple of weeks ago. This penultimate round of the championship on the fabulous Donington Park circuit is, for some reason or another, always plagued by a bit of weather input. And this will be the first time that Bennetts BSB has raced on the new resurfaced track in fully wet conditions. But from the get-go, the race was as crazy as Bennetts BSB delivers. All of Donington Park is on red alert. In the bike social sprint race yesterday, the championship was literally turned on its head. In a last-minute downpour which sent the teams into a frenzy, we had to have a quick sighting lap period to give riders some acclimatisation to the 2.5-mile Donington circuit. We saw Ryan Vickers go off like a cat into an alleyway, keeping his tyres high with temperature.
Yeah, I did the sighting laps. I did 2 laps actually. I was actually only meant to do 1, but I think I made the right decision in doing 2. Just give the tyres a little bit more time to bed in, and also just get an idea of what the track was doing, and if it was drying really quick I might have seen a difference.
Leon Haslam had another brave tyre choice with intermediates on the back, but all eyes were on the BEERMONSTER DUCATIS, the team that had utterly dominated the previous round of the championship, had both their riders running round at the back.
Yeah, Donington was the, let's say, the round where I was quite nervous coming into it at the start of the year, because it's strangely not notoriously been a great circuit for the bike. Obviously, the circuit had been resurfaced, and because of that, it's made a lot better for the Ducati. We saw that in World Superbikes, and we noticed straight away, as soon as I rolled out in FP1 earlier in the year, I was like, oh God, yeah, this is going to be a good weekend.
We had a strange weekend as a team. We had a double mechanical in race 2, which put me and Tommy both out of the race. Separate mechanicals, but two mechanicals. The starts at that stage for me, oh my word, I could not get off the line. They were dreadful.
Early in the year is kind of the time where you can just accept your second places. When you feel like you're sort of on the limit. Second place was good.
And then the last race we finally got the bike in a really good window, but I was 11th on the grid with a terrible start again. And I managed to fight through to 3rd and only a couple of seconds off the win, so my pace was really good in that last race. I take a lot of confidence from that, and we need to apply that type of momentum from the beginning of the weekend.
I feel like I've learnt a lot now from that round through the rest of the season up to back to Donington. I've learnt a lot to understand and analyse my races as they're going, and looking forward to getting back out on track.
Round 10 of Bennetts BSB 2023, the penultimate meeting of the year, and we're back at Donington Park. 27 races down, 6 to go. It's nearly crunch time. Half a point separate 2 teammates. Jason O'Halloran with the fastest lap we've ever seen of Donington. Earlier on today is on pole from Tommy Bridewell. Leon Haslam 3rd, looking for his first win of the year. How does the next chapter pan out? The red flag is removed. It's eyes on the lights for a 10-lap bike social sprint. A really good start from Jason O'Halloran from pole position, and the 2 Lammy Racing RMG Yamahas. They're coming through also. Vickers lunges underneath. He's got the whole shot, but does he hold on to his line as they all tiptoe round turn 1?
I just had this feeling inside of me that I just wanted to go wet rear and full wets in general. So I said to Dave, I was like, look, wet rear and we'll go with a hard tyre.
He's going here. And Hickman's making the use of those wet tyres as well. He's gone straight up into 2nd place. Jack Kennedy's getting aggressive early on. It's Ryan Vickers that leads from Peter Hickman, who has been nowhere near a podium in 2023 so far. Look at that. Tommy Bridewell is almost stone last in this one. Yes, Glen Irwin. Glen Irwin, has he got an issue? Literally tiptoeing around here at Donington Park. At the end of lap 1 though, Vickers flies past our commentary box and leads from Peter Hickman and Lee Bob Jackson. Is he pulling in? He's not pulling in, is he, Glenn Irwin? He's pit lane. The championship leader, Glenn Irwin, is pulling into pit lane on the opening lap of the race.
Then at the end of lap 1, Glenn Irwin took a dive into pit lane, changed tyres, and then rejoined the race. That was significant because if you rejoin the race after changing tyres, none of your subsequent laps count for the lap time for the main race on the Sunday.
Glenn Irwin is pulled in the sprint race. There'll be no points on offer for the championship leader here. Vickers is gone.
He's gone.
He's gone.
Yeah.
And it's Jack Kennedy, that's in second. Hickman now third, ahead of Lee Jackson. Lee Jackson then goes through on Peter Hickman. Luke Mossey's coming into picture as well, number 12 there. Just heading around Goddard's. Then it's Haslam. Glenn Irwin's about to head back out on circuit, but here, as you're looking through at this pack, Vickers leads from Kennedy and Jackson. Not going to be an awful lot to gain from this. This is Tommy Bridewell fighting with Alex Olsen for stone last on circuit. We've got Glenn Irwin there, going straight on now into the chicane. Lee Jackson looking to make it 4 podiums on the trot. Number 14 on the Cheshire Mouldings Kawasaki there in third place. But Tommy Bridewell is in the gravel trap. Leon Haslam, fastest man on track at the moment. As things stand, Irwin, Bridewell, half a point between them. Here's Vickers out front, 4.7 seconds still his lead. Haslam is through on Mossey, and now he's about to try and lunge up the inside of Lee Jackson. And he does go through, and he holds it. He's onto the podium again, Leon Haslam. And another BMW going through on Jackson now. This time it's Luke Mossey. He moves up to 4th. This will be interesting to see what Leon Haslam's lap time is here. He is seriously fast. He's got some great momentum, and he's closing in now on Jack Kennedy as well. Across the line, Vickers has gone already. Here comes Jack Kennedy in second and Leon Haslam in third. Vickers did a 38.6. Haslam, of course, went through on a couple of riders. They're still about 5-6 seconds down, but Haslam, as a result of this, would now move into third in the championship. And Haslam has gone through on Jack Kennedy. Haslam is up into P2 now. The gap, 5 seconds to Vickers, but it's lap 8 of 10. Now then, here's Tommy Bridewell. He's come into the garage as well. I suppose if you were to look on the bright side of things for the BEERMONSTER Ducati team, no rider really has taken an advantage. It's gone to plan so often this year for the BEERMONSTER Ducati team. Not today. Lap 9 of 10, the penultimate lap. This is how it looks right now. The live, speedy, fastest laps as Kennedy goes through on Leon Haslam. Haslam would be pole from Mossey and Jackson tomorrow, with Vickers, Kennedy and Idden on row 2. That is how it would stand on the grid. And that's a proper shake-up. 5 seconds up the road ahead of these guys is Ryan Vickers. He's ridden superbly, James.
But he knew when he went off the line what he was capable of. I had a better idea what he was capable of doing on the start of the race.
Lovely move, Leon Haslam on Jack Kennedy through the foggy S's. But there's no mistake about who's the boss here on this one. He starts the final lap, does Ryan Vickers. It's been tremendous from lights out to this moment. Who's going to be on the podium, though? With Ryan Vickers, as things stand, it's Haslam and Kennedy, but Luke Mossey's still there. Here comes Luke Mossey. He's attacking, but no, he's got it. He's regrouped it. On the Martrain Yamaha, he holds on to third spot.
Yeah, Jack knew he had to get out of copies really quick because the BMW of Haslam will be slightly quicker than the Yamaha, Martrain Yamaha down the straight. Here comes Luke.
He's got to have a look. And he's going to go way too hot down into the final corner.
Jack everybody wide there, didn't he?
What a ride it has been from this young man. Ryan Vickers, a lights-out victory. And he has delivered such a huge blow. It was bold, it was brilliant. And in the background, a scrap for third. Haslam takes second, and Luke Mossey has got third place.
That's one of our friends from Bennetts to make the body presentation.
Intermediate rare.
Did you get Claire a good one with the champagne?
By accident.
also looks like it ran round.
Yeah, by accident. It's because we was holding John by my mechanic, but she was trying to hold him as well, but she was kind of in front of him, so it was like, well, we've got to get both of them now.
Did you see the BBC thing? There was a BBC Sport thing that come out. It said, the caption, the title was, "Can ride a superbike but can't tie his shoelaces."
Well, there you go.
Because my wrists, I can't pinch. And that's where they got it from. And they put because of wrist
Heard it
injury,
first.
not because I'm a complete
Ryan
retard,
Vickers
but-
can't pitch. I want that in the next
Just to put that out
episode,
there.
yeah. Other heroic performances yesterday. We saw Jack Kennedy almost get a podium for the Martrain Yamaha, and it was literally beat on the line by the minimum of margins by Luke Mossey.
Last time I had a podium was 2017, Knockhill. So 6 years. It's been a long time coming, and you know it's been a tough few years. You know, I've had a lot of injuries, a lot of crashes, and to finally reward the team and myself with a podium yesterday was just mega. You know, especially like this coming to the end of the season now. You know, it's nice going into the winter with a trophy.
This event is also significant for the debut of the new Pathway class. It's a class designed to bridge the gap between Superbike and Superstock, bringing new teams into the championship. This weekend we had the IWR Cummins Honda with Alex Olsen and Franco BOURNE on the Marvel HCL Honda.
You know, it's been a while since we've been back up with the big boys, as they say. I feel like it's been a long time coming. I feel like we've had to go the hard route to get back there. We've had to do another 3 years in stocks after being back in Superbikes in 2020 after our accident. But it's been good. I think we've learned a lot. I think I've come on more as a rider.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a bit different, to be fair, because obviously I've actually spent more time in the superbike than I have the stocker now. So yeah, it's going to take a bit of getting used to, I think, getting back on this bike.
I don't want to rush things, you know. We've got 2 rounds. We're sort of classing this as testing if we go that way next year. Nothing's been confirmed yet, but you know, we're classing it as testing, and it's nice to get the opportunity to go back into superbikes, you know.
Yeah, it's been one of the most weird seasons I've ever had, to be honest. You know, stepping in and out of championships instead of just staying in one. But experience-wise, it's been the best season I've ever had. You know, racing with the big boys, it's definitely the best place to be for me.
Not many often you get opportunity to do it, so we're going to take this with both hands and have a good go at it.
We've got 2 more rounds. This is basically just sort of like what Alex said, a bit of testing really. Just get these 2 rounds done and see what we can do, see what the bike's like compared to the proper superbikes.
Franco, of course, not shy from being on a superbike. He's been on the full Honda factory weapon, but this perhaps more friendlier beast yielded much more dividends for him. He was able to come home in an astonishing 6th place yesterday, really getting the paddock wags talking that this is a real important move for the class, and we're delighted for them. But all eyes today are going to be on the Superbike Race 2, the tantalising prospect of a Ducati mid-pack in P12 with Glen Irwin and a Ducati in last position in P26 on the grid. All of Donington Park is on red alert.
Round 10 of the Bennetts British Superbike Championship comes to you from Donington Park. Just 5 races remain in 2023, and what we do know is that it will go to the final round at Brands Hatch in a fortnight. What we are ready to find out is who will hold the key advantage. It's Haslam, Mossey and Jackson on row 1 with Vickers, Kennedy and Idden on row 2. Another track storm approaches. Donington Park is on red alert. 5 races to go in 2023. And we're underway. A good start there from Mossey from second on the grid, and leap off Jackson as well. Keep an eye on Bridewell, trying to sail through and pick off 1 or 2 into turn 1. Vickers with a lunge, but it's Haslam just who squeezes through to take the whole shot. Very good start, James, for Glen Irwin. Glen Irwin is already up into 4th place from 12th on the grid. Oh, he's already going for a bit of a lunge there. There wasn't enough room into McLean.
Yeah.
Where is Tommy Bridewell? You can just see him there. He's picked off, what, 6 or 7 bikes already?
Yep, about that, yep.
Glen Irwin is up into 3rd now. Idden is up into 4th.
Yeah, crazy race. But normally you get, you know, the pace is the pace, but because of the extra bits of drizzle one lap and not another, you sort of got this like concertina effect, and I'd be away off the back one lap and then back in the group the next lap.
That's Tommy Still, takes another position.
Yeah, he's up to 16th as Glen Irwin moves up into 2nd.
Lovely clean move that down into Melbourne.
And he knows his teammates at the back. He knows that this will do some damage if he can get to the front game. So we cross the line and Glen Irwin already attacks. And from 12th on the grid into turn 1, at the end of lap 1, Glen Irwin leads. Tommy Bridewell's done really well. That last half a lap, he managed to pick up another couple of riders. You'll see him shortly.
Yeah, and There he is, and you know what we've got to do? He's got to get through him early because it gets more difficult and more difficult the nearer he gets to the front.
Well, Jason O'Halloran has gone through on Nesbitt, and now so has Tommy Bridewell.
Tommy's passing people he's never had to race with.
No, that is a true story. He's doing the good job of it here, and he's going to make 2 moves in 1 up the inside of O'Halloran, and consequently sitting up with Storm Stacey as well. What a lovely move through the foggy S's. Then it's the BEERMONSTER Ducati of IRWIN. Here comes Kyle Ryde now, brilliant speed through the foggy S's. Bridewell then up into 8th place now.
You know, I said to my team, I have a bit of a game plan. I'm going to make some inroads at the start, and then I'm going to conserve my tyre, stay patient, but just ride and enjoy the bike. Before you know it, I was like...
Right past Christian Inden there is Tommy Bridewell. He really has got the bit between
he will see this. He'll see them rain clouds, and if I were in his position in the championship and in this race, I'd see that as a distinct opportunity.
And he's right up with this group now. If you could see his eyes, they would be menacing Tommy Bridewell.
You know, sometimes in your career, it's just worth sticking your neck out a little bit, and this is exactly what he's doing, look. Exactly what he's doing.
Sticking his neck out all right. It's like a giraffe in this one.
But it's difficult to do. You know yourself, you don't want to crash. Crashing hurts.
He's doing it again. He's going through a car right now. There's 1 or 2 nervous riders out there at the moment with these conditions.
But there's going to be.
Exactly.
And he's taking advantage. But that's not easy to do. You know, you've got to make yourself take risks.
IRWIN will not know that his teammate, half a point down in the championship, is now up into 4. Ryan Vickers is properly on terms with these guys now.
Yeah, and so is Tommy Brad. Look, you can see there's more in. They're pointing up now. Yeah, and he would do. He's at the front. He doesn't know how quick to go. He's setting the pace, and it's not a brilliant pace by the look of this.
I looked at my dash, and times are coming really easy without trying to do the time because I was conscious of tyre wear. The rain came, was what it was.
It was the difficult race because I come from dead last, really riding fantastic, felt brilliant, felt great. Doing a 28.2 to get to the lead of the race. Glenn was trying to control the race, but unfortunately he was trying to control the race at too slow a pace.
Bridewell might do 3 in 1 here. Look at this! Onto the back straight we go. IRWIN leads the train. No one knows which way to go. Tommy Bridewell trying to fish his way through. He goes left, he goes right. And now he's going to go through. He goes to second. What a ride for Bridewell.
And all the time, Glenn doesn't know how quick to go. Look, he doesn't know what he can do. He's nobody else to gauge himself off.
Lionheart stuff from Tommy Bridewell. Through the Melbourne Loop. Glenn's a bit wide. They come out of the Melbourne Loop and up towards Goddard's. It's IRWIN who leads, but for how much longer? Here comes Tommy Bridewell up the inside and says, hello, mate. How you doing? From the back of the grid, he leads.
Tommy Bridewell leads the race.
Immediately, Glenn IRWIN goes back past. As soon as Tommy gets out front, he puts his arm in the air.
Of course
IRWIN's gone through as well.
Of course he does, but now Glenn knows what he's got to do. He had nobody to gauge himself off.
Now it's on. It's been about these two for so much of 2023. And here they are, standing toe to toe, like heavyweight boxers. Here comes Bridewell, up the inside through the old hairpin.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are seeing a championship unfold in front of you.
Through Stuckers now,
unreal.
up the inside.
Unreal.
There's not enough room. These two want it so much.
Look at the freight train behind them.
And now here comes Ryan Vickers and says, I don't care about your championship. I want to win the race. And again, Tommy Bridewell's arm is up in the air. Now look at in the background there as well. There's a move as Kyle Ryan is back in business. He moves up into 3rd spot now.
Hey, Kyle's woke up. What's happening there?
So many nervous and then confident parts to the race, all in 25 minutes. It was first few laps so confident, straight up to like 5th or 6th. I thought I'd done all the hard work already. Then it started to rain and I went back from like 2nd or 3rd back to about 7th, and I thought, come on Kyle, now's your chance to do something, get some points back.
The long way round for Ryan
there. That won't work because Tom will just run it out to the stripe.
Cole come past me and had a bit of a ding dong with Glenn, because to be fair to him, he drove through foggies. Wow, unbelievable, so credit to Cole. Then coming down into the Melbourne Loop there, I braked where I had been, let's say, doing a 1 minute 28.2. Unfortunately, them guys were braking quite a lot sooner than, earlier than me, and I didn't expect it. But there was quite aggressive braking, hard braking off, on, off. I'm more consistent braking, and it caught me out.
And look at Tommy Bridewell! Bridewell! You believe it! No! Wiped into that! Tommy Bridewell takes out Glenn IRWIN!
No comment.
Who writes the script in BSB?
You could not write this.
I can tell you as well that as a result of that incident, no matter what happens here today, it goes to the last day at Brands. Not just the Brands, it's going to Sunday at Brands Hatch to decide who wins the title. Well, tempers were running high last time out, and they're running higher now. Glenn Irwin is going to need to be calmed down here. He's absolutely furious. He's shouting over at the other side of the garage as well.
Nobody does that on purpose. You know that, Steve. Yeah.
No, there was no malicious intent in that, and this is why...
You could see he tried to get himself out of trouble.
I'm not surprised to...
No, I'm not at all. No, you can't blame him for that. This is a good team.
Just missed Tommy when he hit Glenn, and that was a little bit of a carnage situation. But then Carl was running a really good pace, so I was happy to sit behind him. I was kind of lining him up to try and do him towards the end. I made a little mistake, managed to breeze the gap, and then the red flag come out.
I think the rain must be coming down again, you know.
Yeah, well, Kyle Ryde is one of the rain men as well. He's put his arm out as if to say, come on, guys.
Yeah, look, Haslam's gauging himself on Kyle. Kyle's definitely slowed down, look.
They have.
That is slow. That's really slow. That's slow.
The arms out, yeah.
And I think the sector times will be slower now, and the organisers will be looking at this. There you go. There you go.
Here we go then. It is red flag. The red flag is out because of rain, and that will be declared a result.
Yep.
And there are celebrations going on in this garage.
And I suspect in the Rocket BMW garage as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was mad. I thought even if Leon beats me, it's still a great day, 20 points. Yeah, can't really say much else, just hoping that the weather stays off and we can have another dry race.
Heavy. Champagne's in it. Got it?
When it was 4 laps to go, that was bad.
I saw you, but we just had the lap, the set. I just went by that extra little bit.
Yeah, because Tommy was passing people, and I was putting my hand up.
Put the hand up a bit earlier on, didn't they?
Yeah, it was me. It was my tear off.
Oh, was it?
It was covered in flies and water.
Whenever Glenn got in front, he did it, and then as soon as Tommy got in front, he did it. That's why I picked people out of the championship. Big groups.
4 races to go in Bennett's BSB 2023, and the last race before the showdown finale. A script that Martin Scorsese would be proud of. And we're now about to head out in full wet conditions here at Donington Park. Kyle Ryde is on pole from Jason O'Halloran and Leon Haslam, who collected his 10th podium of the year earlier on. Race 3, Bennett's BSB at Donington. The penultimate round of the year is underway. Good start there from Jason O'Halloran. Second on the grid on the McCann's Yamaha. He will take the lead into turn 1. Bridewell and Irwin are next to each other. Bridewell's got that outside line as they tip it into Redgate corner. Most of the lead. What's happened there? There's a problem. Glenn Irwin's got a technical issue. The championship leader. The bike won't go.
The last race I got a not so great start. The bike's been fully rebuilt, so the clutch was a bike point or something a bit different. Quite aggressive into turn 1. I was actually sandwiched in between Leon and I think Tommy. So yeah, I was in that 5-6, and as I went to open the throttle, there was nothing.
Heartbreak for Glenn Irwin and his fans. He's been so unlucky this weekend.
Yeah, he has.
In the meantime, it's O'Halloran that leads from Ryan Vickers, and Tommy Bridewell is in third. And I'm not sure Tommy will even know what's happened to Glenn Irwin on circuit either. Oh, look at that. Tommy Bridewell's now made a mistake. He's gone really deep at the Melford loop. That allows Kyle Ryde and Leon Haslam through. And now he's gone wide again.
Yeah, he's rushing at it.
Well.
Rushing at it.
He's about to see what it says on his pit board. Glenn Irwin out. Now what does that do to his mindset? There you can see. It's up there for him to see. I feel so sorry for Glenn Irwin.
Me too.
Does not deserve this at all.
Not at all.
Meantime, Leon Haslam goes through number 91 on Kyle Ryde to move up into second. Jason O'Halloran checking out.
Yeah, but this could be a little bit of a race for the championship. You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, no, that's the thing.
Not had a superbike race yet where I've seen +6 on the board, so I knew I had good speed. But quite tricky to control those races, you know.
There's still a lot of race to
He's
go.
got to finish. He's got to finish.
Josh Brooks lunges underneath Kyle Ryde and moves up a spot.
The early part of the race, I lost a few positions. I guess
I didn't perhaps take enough risk in the early laps.
Here comes Brooks then. He's on the wrong side though, the approach to Foggy S's. And they go again.
I guess the point where I got held up the most, or at least it affected the race the most, was when I was stuck with Tommy for a long time. I felt like I could go quicker than Tommy, and once I got past him, clearly I did.
It's taken another twist in this race. Tommy Bridewell went wide down into the Melbourne Loop, and then he was picked off by a number of very hungry riders. And again here, he's sat up by Jack Kennedy. These guys have all got speed. Charlie Nesbitt sat him up earlier on as well. And Bridewell now has gone down to 8th place in this race.
Lost for words, what a weekend.
He's in a difficult position now, is Tommy.
Peter Hickman's going to go through here. He's going to have a look up the inside into the old hairpin and does so. It was almost like Tommy knew it was coming.
But when does Tommy stop letting him come past and have a go? Or is he thinking, I just need to get at some points here?
Jackson now in the background has gone through on Todd. He's going to be next to trouble Tommy Bridewell. Out front, O'Halloran's lead 4.6 seconds over Leon Haslam.
Yeah, and last lap. Not his quickest lap, but again,
Jackson.
Here he comes.
Carbon copy of the Hickman move.
It was.
And
Tommy's struggling down into the old hairpin. That's a front end feeling thing, is that? If you haven't got front end feeling going down into the old hairpin, you're steady.
Every point counts.
Absolutely. You don't know where you're going to be at the end of the season, and 1 or 2 points might be the difference.
What a huge turnaround this weekend. There's been Leon Haslam, and it takes another twist. Haslam's got a mechanical. And there's arms in the air.
Oil, must be oil.
Oh, it's a blow up for Leon Haslam. We've got a red flag. And that will be confirmed the results. And just when you thought that Leon Haslam was back in the game, the bike says no.
Unfortunately for Leon, his engine blew up, and the race was red flagged and finished. So I was kind of gifted the podium position. Obviously, for my personal take on racing, I'd rather fight for that position and not get it gifted.
He'd ridden a really good race. But yeah, Jason rode mega. Got to give him the credit where it's due. I really wanted to win that one for the Rouse family, because it's this race a year ago that Chrissy had an accident, and I knew I had the conditions and the bike underneath me then to potentially do that. So yeah, I'm sorry I wasn't able to do that, but I would have liked to have dedicated it to him, but still we got podium.
Really, I want to say enjoyable race, enjoyable at the end. Long race, feels like a long race when you're out front, you're ticking the laps off and just trying to be as smooth and not make any mistakes. So yeah, amazing to get another win.
Victory of the season for McCann's Yamaha, and for Australia, the race winner, Jason O'Halloran.
I could look at it and I could hang on to resentment and hang on to many things, but that doesn't align with where I feel this championship is going.
A very roller coaster of a weekend again, but honestly, taking the positives out of it, I'm leading the British Superbike Championship with 3 races to go, 1 round to go at Brands Hatch, which is one of my favourite circuits.
You know what? It's all to play for. Yeah, let's go have fun. Thanks to the team, they've worked incredibly hard throughout quite a tough weekend.
I took my penalty. Obviously, I took my grid penalty then. Points on my race licence. End up with a bloody Tottenham banner for carrying like that. Yeah, sorry to cause the stewards even more headache, but think of the ticket south for Brands Hatch.
By 6,000ths of a second.
Shaky Byrne has won his 5th British Superbike Championship. Josh Brooks takes the championship. Leon Haslam, then, he is the British Superbike champion. Mackenzie's going to get it done.
Brad Ray has struck